Hello, and welcome to another episode of Launching Out. Listen, I'm so excited to be with you today. Last week I couldn't be with you live, but I thank you for your continued support and thank you for watching and being a part of this podcast, Launching Out. This podcast is designed to inspire and to motivate you to reach your goals and your dreams. Listen, I'm so excited for you as we come to the close of the first half of the year. As we embark on the second half of the year, I pray that you will be able to do great things, even greater than you have done the months before. And so I thank you right now for your continued support. While I'm in this area of thanking and people, I want to thank my sponsors. I want to thank Dalfit Funeral Services for the great work they are doing in our community. They are wonderful people. I have had the opportunity to work along with them. They have served my family well. And so I'm asking that you would give them some consideration in your time of need and let them help you. Let them help you because to bring your family to a point where they can be satisfied with their homegoing process. So Dalfit Funeral Services, give them a call. Tell them I sent you. And I also want to thank my friends over at Cooper Realty. They have been there for me throughout. David Cooper has been there. Their whole office staff has been there in supporting me. Purchased multiple homes with them, and they have been there for me. So give them a call, Cooper Realty, right here in Winston-Salem. And they're family owned, and they have been in business for over 50 years. And so give them a call and let them help you. You can call them and find out what's going on in the market, what is happening, where can you benefit, and what area is the best to purchase a home in Winston-Salem. Again, thank you for your support of Cooper Realty. Listen, I want to thank also the Archangel Transportation. Archangel Transportation has been there for me throughout. They have taken me into all of my events, all of my speaking engagement, all of the airport trips that I've taken over the years. They have been there to support me. They have also supported me in other areas as well. We are a team working together, and give them a call. This is not Uber. This is not Lyft. This is an executive service, and that's what you're going to get, an executive service. Sit back and relax. Let them get you to where you need to go, to your destination, safe and sound. Archangel Transportation. And also support Olu Brown Motivations as we help children across the world, support them in school with scholarships and books and other resources. Purchasing this book, Launch Out, Unleash the Greatness Within You. You may purchase it through Amazon, or you may message me, inbox me. I would love to sign a copy for you. And let us partner together and support children around the world. Also, I want to thank Trendy Ties. Listen, y'all, this is my lovely bride. She has come up with Trendy Ties and have been making some ties for women, for women. And here are some of the examples of the ties that she has created. And I am telling you, they are flying off the shelf. She is creating these ties and they are picking them up left and right. And so if you have a need to gift someone, please consider calling Trendy Ties and let them help you. Tell Miss Brown that I sent you. And thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your support of Olu Brown Motivation and launching out. Listen, we are on today. I want you to know that you can give us support by also uh, going to our Cash App and making a donation to help us support kids in school and around the world. Also, you may go to the website www.olubrownmotivations. There you will find resources that I believe will help you to reach your goals and your dreams. Launching Out is aired every Friday at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. We have been watched all around the world as this is posted on YouTube and also on Facebook. And people are watching from around the world, Europe and Africa and Asia, and so on, and all throughout the Americas. And so thank you again for your support. Listen, I'm not going to hold you too long, but I want you to know that I love you and I thank you. I'm grateful for the support that you have given me over the years and you continue to give. And so let us get into what the discussion is for the day. I want to let you know that I have with me a great man, a great mentor, a great friend, someone that has been there to support me throughout the years. I am talking about a, a friend, an individual that is a man of God and is well respected, not just in this country but throughout the world. And I want you to listen to this conversation today, and perhaps there's something you can get out of it that will help you to reach your goals and your dreams. And so I am going to invite to the stage with me Dr. James Y. Hunter Sr. Dr. Hunter, are you there? Welcome to Launching Out. Welcome to this podcast. It is great to see you, sir, and I thank you for the opportunity we have to share today with the world. And so, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Brother Brown. Can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you clearly.
Wonderful. Thanks be to God. I am so thrilled. I'm so happy. And I consider myself privileged to be with you this morning. And first of all, I want to thank you for all your work, for your vision to the Olu Brown motivation and your service to the community and involvement and all the great things you are doing. We appreciate you and continue to pray for you to even do more. Thank you so much for having me this morning.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, sir, for being here. Listen, folks, we are going to have a discussion, a conversation, and I want you to listen in. What we want to talk about today that I think most people wrestle with. Most people are wrestling with the idea of their gifts and what they need to do in their life in this day, in this stage, with everything that's going on in the world. What is it that you need to do that would make a difference in your life? in this day and age of technology, in this day and age where things are changing rapidly, some people don't have the appetite for change, but change is necessary. Change is something that's inevitable. It's going to happen, whether you want it or not. It's going to happen. And so change is one of those things. And how do you use your gift during this time of change? And so, Dr. Hunter, I want us to talk about this thing of gifts and how um, people can use their gifts and what it is that stops them from using their gift. Because the truth of the matter is, all of us have gifts, gifts in different areas of life. And so let us have this conversation around this idea so that those that are listening to us will say, hey, now I know what's stopping me. Now I know what my gifts are. What are your thoughts when it comes to gifts in the body?
Thank you so much. When we talk about the gifts, I believe that each of us, has the ability and gift in each of us. The It depends on how you want to utilize that gift and how you recognize it. But we all do have it, and it's a question of praying to the good Lord to let you to allow you to recognize your gift and how you can utilize that gift. It's just like when you talk about leadership, we are all leaders in one way or another, and there are different kind of leadership, and which is also gift. So sometimes people have that the hurdles of getting over your fear and of appreciating your gift and to be able to utilize it to the fullest. Is sometimes problematic for some people. But once you pray to God about it and get that direction and recognize it and be able to tap into it, I think it becomes much more easier in a way. Once you realize your gift and to be able to promote it, to be able to activate it in a way to make that impact on other people's lives. That is the situation. That's the main thing. How can you utilize your gift to impact others? Because all we do in this world, and that the good Lord sent us, have us here for, it's about service, to serve people. Yeah. That's why the good Lord, Jesus Christ himself, when he came, that was the main thing, how to serve. So once you realize that and you be able to implement those things through his guidance, I think that's a key.
Yeah, I totally agree. You said a lot there, so let's dissect this thing a little bit. Let's cut it up into pieces that people will be able to digest. And so let's talk about, first of all, the recognition of the gift. Let's talk about how one recognizes their gift. Because some people have in mind, this is what I need to do. And sometimes it's more piggyback off of somebody else's gift. Somebody else is doing something and that person seems to like it and they want to kind of copy the same things that that person is doing, and it doesn't really work out for them the same way because they are not truly operating in their gift. So how does one recognize their gift? And I have an idea because I'll let you go, and then I'll come back and talk about my thoughts about the gift recognition. So, but from your perspective, how do one realize or recognize or come to that point to say, hey, this is what I should be doing? This is what I'm called to do.
Yeah. Again, once you have the desire to serve, and you have prayed about it, you will get to know, especially when you start to make the kind of impact that will attract people and in your line of the line of service that you carry on. And in particular, I like to focus more on, say, for instance, we talk about leadership. We all have that in us in a way, but how do you carry yourself in a way and then be able to interpret that what is in you in terms of your output that make the kind of impact that you should make. And once that impact is being made in a way in a community, for instance, whatever leadership you are in, it's you can see almost the good Lord will show you how, because you will see the kind of impact that you will be doing in that community, or not only in the community, in the organization, or whatever it is, So it depends on that your leadership style and stuff like that. So with my emphasis when it comes to leadership, there are so many different leadership. For the purpose of our conversation for now, I would like to identify about, in my own way, about 8 different style of leaders. So we have leadership. First of all, what is a leadership? Say it says the ability to guide, inspire, and influence others, okay, to achieve common goals. So to do that, how to inspire, how to guide others, through your leadership style, that is what will make the kind of impact that will make people to appreciate what you are doing, or what kind of service you are rendering. So for the kind of leadership, like I say, I have about there are so many others, but for the sake of this conversation, I would talk about eight of them that I know of, and just name them, and then if we have time, we can go into the descriptive part of it. But you have what you call a democratic leadership, and you have democratic leadership. We have autocratic leadership. You have what you call laissez-faire leadership. And like I said, we'll go back to it, give you the different, You have transformational leadership. After transformational leadership, you have what we call transactional leadership. And we also have a bureaucratic leadership. And we also have adaptive leadership. But among all of these, key to us, to what we may be focusing on tonight, or today rather, is what we call servant leadership. Servant leadership is more of the type that we all do in a community. Like, for instance, our good Lord and Savior. That's the kind of leadership that he brought about. 7. We are 7. We are to serve. Christ came and served. So in the 7 leadership, you find most of us, especially church group and community group, making impact through that servant leadership. But like I said, in time we'll be able to. I can break those different leadership, and we'll talk about it individually.
Yeah. So, so one of the things I really want to kind of hang my hat on is when you even talk about the gift of leadership, like you said that everyone is a leader in some way,
Mm-hmm.
and I totally agree because all of us lead. If we're not leading a large group, we're not leading a small group. We're leading with the least we are is we're leading ourselves, and so we are a leader in a way. And so I want to, kind of discuss a little further about leadership in a way. Number one, how does one recognize their leadership? Because some people can lead in a one-on-one situation. Some people can lead in a small group. Some people don't want to lead. Some people want to lead and will lead a large group or organization. So those different gifts, even within leadership, as to, okay, this is what I'm called to do. I'm called to do one-on-one, or I'm called to be able to speak to a large group or to lead an organization. You know, how does that form in one that may be listening to us right now, and they are thinking about leading in any way? How do they find that balance to say, "Hey, I can do this. I can do this," because you touch on something in the very beginning. You talk about fear, and fear plays a part in whatever you are trying to do. So does faith, and fear sometimes takes over so much so that in a person that it stops them dead in their tracks from even becoming the leader that they are called to be. And so let's talk about that, because you have people that are listening to us right now that want to be a leader, or, but afraid to take that next step. And then they have that question in mind as to what kind of leader can I be? You touch on several different forms of leadership, and I want to, like you say, hang my hat more of the servant leader in that area, and try to, kind of dig out some of the nuggets that we can share with people, that they too can look at their life and say, I can serve in this area, or I can do this much. I've heard it all kinds of ways. People talk about, you know, I don't know if I can speak in front of a large crowd, or I've had people that don't want to even come on this podcast because they don't want to be, that fears to be seen talking any or sharing their ideas to the world. So come on, talk to me. Let's dig a little bit further into those areas that people may find some help to be able to find their leadership, so to speak.
Okay. When we, especially in the servant's leadership, like I said, it's more of an example of our good Lord and Savior. It's not, in the servant leadership, it's not about you, it's about others. How do you impact other people's lives? Uh, I believe where in the Bible, I can't remember exactly what it is, but you saw where Jesus Christ washing the feet of of uh, uh,
Disciples.
of the disciple. Yes, you see. So it's more about others than yourself. So if you uh, are willing to serve, to be within that realm of the servant leader, as a servant leader, you will have to uh, sacrifice a lot, you know, and to be able uh, to identify what you are what you are capable of doing. It requires, of course, a lot of prayers and and being able to recognize that for God to direct you, lead you to make the kind of decision that you will make to to touch other people's lives. And sometimes it comes to us in a different way, in a different fashion, and we tend to deny and be hesitant as to, because sometimes we don't even get to believe in ourselves that we, like you were saying earlier, that we are able to accomplish certain things. You know, we all have that gift within us, but how do you identify it? How do you uh, get to promote it in a way that you will make that impact? It's a different thing because it requires courage. It requires courage. It requires prayers, and and to be able to identify that. So, because sometimes um, you may have something in your mind to do, and if you are not careful about it, you will defeat yourself. Because first of all, again, we talk about fear. You know, oh no, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do this. But first of all, if God knows that you can't do it, He won't put it in your mind. He put it in your mind because you know you are able. You know, but you will have to take yourself on that different on that upper level to believe in first of all how you got that vision, how you got that idea, knowing that uh it was put forward to you because He knows that you can do it. But you have to shift yourself from that denial point, knowing that you know if you attempt what it is, you will be able to achieve it. But you will have to first believe in yourself in a way to be more convincing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I talk about the faith and the fear factor, because if fear is there, faith is not there, right? And
Yeah.
if faith is there, fear is not there. No, the two cannot operate in the same space. And so, yeah, you first have to believe. But I think, in my mind, I talked about a little bit earlier about, first of all, how do you recognize the gift within, whether it's the gift of leadership, whether if the gift of humility, or the gift of like you said, servanthood, or the gift maybe just to help the elderly in the community, serve the elderly, make sure they get to their doctor on time, make sure they get to their social services on time, whatever that looks like for any one person. I think, for me, and I can speak for myself, that for me, my gift I find out to be the thing that I do the easiest without any hesitation or even mental reservation, that I can get up. You can call me, 2 o'clock in the morning and say, "Hey, let's get on this podcast. We got this to talk about." I'll be more than glad to do it. Or you can call me. It's when you can just jump at it, and it doesn't take a lot of planning and thinking and I got. That's really, then that, yeah, this is something I'm called to do. I'm willing to do it. I'm able to do it. And once you can find that within yourself, if your gift is to cook, and you can get up in the morning and cook for a big party, or they call you on short notice and you're ready to go, that's one way to identify your gift. Even as a leader, things happen in leadership that causes you going in one direction, and then something changes and you have to pivot and go another direction. Uh, if you are called to that leadership, it will be nothing but a thing. While other will panic in that area, you will just pivot smoothly like nothing ever happened. And so, talking about that, how do one like you said, find that place within? We know that faith, first of all, is important in getting to recognize your leadership, but also how do one find that particular sweet spot, I would say, within that makes them who they really are. when it comes to their gift?
Very good. Again, it depends on what is it that you would like to do and pray about it. And when you realize God has a way to let you know through faith what is your calling, what you are capable of doing. And once you get to realize that, it becomes much more easier for you to follow through on it. And sometimes it can become, if we not careful, you can become a little bit, it can become confusing as to what is it exactly. Because and sometimes we have the tendency to kind of overburden ourselves with so many other stuff. I mean, uh, countless, as to what you are will come will face you that you want to see light from to narrow down your goal to be able to make the kind of impact that is necessary, to make the kind of impact that you think you can do to effectively portray your gift. But you have to, again, narrow down, because it will be so many things that in your mind that you want to do. So by you narrowing down what it is among all the other stuff, say for instance, you mentioned about if you just want to help the older people in your community, okay, that is a service. No, that's something you can do. How do you do that to make the kind of impact that the people in your community, the older people in your community will appreciate you? So there are so many needs. So you will have to sit down to, well, first of all, by the grace of God, you have to sit down to kind of itemize and those things that are not that are missing in the community, that the senior citizen around you or in your community that are not benefiting from. No, would it be right to get your medication, or would it be you going to pick up your medication and or visitation? No, so many other things that you can do, to make that, but you have to narrow down in a way that you'll be much more effective and not just everywhere. And that's why Himo, we are all we all fall short when it comes to those kind of things. We think we can do it all. It's just not possible, you know. And sometimes you get into it and try to do everything at the same time, and then you end up losing on the more important thing. So the thing is, the main thing is to kind of narrow down on whatever you realize that your gift has been, and to make that more impactful, and to make the kind of impact that you would like to do, and for God to get the glory.
Yeah. So you talk about being effective, and that's one of the areas that I think is also important, because when you recognize your gift, whether it be, and we're talking leadership, but like you say, it can be in any other area. Sometimes you become overwhelmed. People throw everything at you. Oh, he's good at this. Oh, she's good at that. Oh, can you come and do this? Can you go and do that? Can you please help me with this? Can you please sit on this meeting? Can you please do this? Can you do that? And we have the tendency of wanting to accept everything because we are operating in that gift, and we know that we can do it, and we can't say no. We can't say, okay, that, I don't have the time. So we just keep moving and going about it like we're on automatic. And how does one deal with that when they are faced with so many options that people are calling them, pulling them in different directions? And please help them with this. Can you please sit on that? Can you help me? or talk to the so and so about this. Can you see to it that this thing is done? Can you make sure the shipment is supposed to be coming in at 3 o'clock? Can you help me with that? Make sure that it gets loaded in the right place, and so on and so forth. How do you bring everything back and center yourself to be effective?
Very good. There, you see, in what we do as leaders or community leader, whatever it is, when you have some of the things that come with a leadership, some of the ingredient and some of the the opportunities, and are not just you doing it all by yourself. When you are in such a role or responsibility as a leader, some of the things that you need to do is to identify, because again, you can't do it all by yourself, but you'll be able to be an effective leader if you know how to connect with other people. Okay, it's very important, because you may ask me, Mr. Hunter, can you do this or that? Now, if I know that I can't do that, especially doing it to make the kind of impact that I want to make, but I do know someone that has the ability or the connection to put me through to someone that would be able to do that better than me. It's still, I still get a credit in a way. Say you ask me to help somebody in your community, an older person in your community, to take them to the doctor, okay? Because you are, you are just not available to do that, and you call on me to help you do that. Now, you call on me at the time that I am not in the position to do it. But guess what? I do have someone else that I know may be able to be helpful. So I pick up the phone, call that person because I believe in that person, call that person, and that person is able to help that individual in your community. Guess what? It's an all-win thing. Through me, through your call to me, we're able to achieve that. See? So, but what we go misses at most time is that we overwork ourselves, thinking that we can do it all. No, that's just not possible. You see, it's always good to find another way that will be able to make the work easier for us at the same time, but we're able to accomplish it and give everyone the credit that it's deserving. And of course, we do all of this in the seven leadership, and giving the all credit to God. But that's how we go about. You go about doing things, and to make, not to overwhelm yourself in a way.
Yeah, yeah. You touched on connection and communication. Connection and communication, which
Yeah.
is also key to achieving one's goal. Who are you connected to? Who are you connected to? And in the very beginning, you want to be connected to God. You want to be connected to Christ, because it seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things will be added onto you. The things that you desire will be added onto you. And so things that you're working on will be added onto you. But you seek ye first. So you look at the connection is important. Who are you connected to in your community is important. Who are you connected to in your organization or in your field? Who are you connected to? And then how do you communicate with folks in your network? That how do you communicate with them to accomplish your goal?
Mhm.
Do they like to hear you talk? Do they like to see you come? Do they like to see you, lead? So communication is also key. I know some folks that are stiff neck, and but are leaders and yet stiff neck, and they complain because they are not getting the love, or they are not getting the feedback that they desire, because they are not openly connected and communicating to those around them. So,
Mhm.
how important is connection and community when it comes to the life of a leader?
Connection, those are uh, the two C's, I call it that. Communication and connection. And if I may also add, candle. Some of the qualities. Let's say communication, connection, to be candid, and character. I call them the four C's in leadership. A leader with those qualities, you know, who knows how to communicate to his people, his followers, who has the character. Because you talk about people following you, people will have to see you to know that you are a representative of them in a way that will earn that respect. Once you earn that respect, because they know your character, they know you have a good character, you can always represent them. You are very candid. You speak your mind, but you're very honest about it and stuff. And they believe in you, and and uh, and you so you're able to communicate all those things, and they see that within your your leadership. And as a result of that, because you are able to communicate all of those qualities, and they believe in you, so they follow. You know, they follow you. That's how you get your followers. But you
Mm,
have to be able to be convincing. You know, and sometimes it starts from just from an individual before it even progress to that of a group. You know, individual. So as a leader, you you talk to an individual, or they come to you with their problem. It could be just a minor thing, but to you it may be considered minor, but no one will come to you or call you, Mr. Brown, for an assistant or for a conversation or for your advice if they don't have that trust in you. So
mm,
to get up to make that call to you, they know that, hey, I know Mr. Brown can help me. I know he has an experience, blah blah blah. Or if he cannot, then you will again communicate that to them and then put them in the right place. Introducing someone to them that again, that connection. So it's very, very, very paramount in the life of a leader to have those skills. Again, talking about
mm.
the communication, talking about connection, and a leader who have the character, and the candor. So those four C's are very, very much paramount when it comes to leadership. If used wisely, if used effectively, it make a very good leader.
That's a good point. That's a great point. That's a great point, and I totally agree with that. And folks, you're listening to this. I hope you're taking notes, because this is the kind of stuff that we need as people, as we stated in the very beginning, that all of us are leaders, and all of us, regardless of what area or what size of leadership that you perform, all of us need these characters, these virtues that we, as a leader, to be able to exercise and grow as a leader. And when I say grow as a leader, meaning we not only grow as ourselves, within ourselves as leader, but we also grow the followers that we are leading. Grow them not in a sense of numbers, but but also in a sense of intellect. So let us try to remember these points that we can share with one another, and continue to communicate and stay connected, and have the character and the candor to be able to do the things we are called to do as a leader, especially in our community, in our homes, in our organizations, our small groups, how we lead our children. They are watching us. And when I say children, I don't mean just the one in your household, but the ones that are in your community as well. I remember the time when I was growing up, there were men in our community that we look up to. We knew them by name, we knew what they did, and we watched them. And so someone is watching you, whether you know it or not. Somebody is watching you and your leadership style, how you lead your family, how you lead in the workplace, how you lead in organization or small groups that you are part of, how you lead when it comes to putting things together in your community, how you lead yourself. All of those things matter. And so today, Dr. Hunter, we want to thank you for sharing your thoughts, your ideas. I know we didn't go through all 8 of your points of leadership, but I think we cover broadly the point of leadership that someone listening to us today can take away and go on and be great and do great things. And if you are listening to this podcast and you want to hear more of Dr. Hunter's take on leadership, just inbox me, message me, and let me know. We'll have him back, and he can come back and continue to share with us in some of those other areas, because I just believe the gift of leadership, gifts in particular, are so important. And most people leave their gifts on the shelf, never get to use it until they're boxed and buried. And so let that not be you. Let that not be you. You have so much to live for. There's so much that others can benefit from. Dr. Hunter talked about the reason we're here is to be of service to someone else. There's so much that others can get from you, from your service. And so, Dr. Hunter, if you would, in closing, uh, if you would give us your closing thoughts, all in all, and so we can kind of gather everything that you said with us, that said to us today, that we can conclude by having it all put together and and give it to us, uh, so that we can go run on and do greater things in our community and in our organizations.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Again, I want to seize this opportunity to really thank you for what you're doing in the community, and what you're doing to your podcast, and reaching out to a whole lot of people. And again, we're talking about service. That's there you go. You have been consistent, and you have been able to communicate your vision to the podcast, and you have, uh, of course, no doubt that you have the character and you have the candle. So we have seen in you, through your work, those 3 C's, those 4 C's that I mentioned earlier. You have those, and we thank God for you. Uh, and we thank God for what you are doing to make a difference in our lives, in this community, and not just in this community, because through the podcast, you are reaching uh, a whole lot of people, and it is always there. People can always go back and play what you uh, uh, have been able to taught, that have been taught through your guests or yourself, for that matter. So I want to acknowledge that and really thank you. And I thank you for the opportunity giving me this today to just chat with you regarding uh, leadership and a different type of leadership. And for me, focus, of course, on servant leadership, which I think that talking about calling, that I look at in my own humble way as my calling as a servant leader. That's my calling, and I I hope and pray that I have been able to 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 do it in a way to the glory of God, and because I try to mentor or model myself in a way that in his teaching to be able to serve others. And it's a difficult thing because in servant leadership, you almost have to focus on others in most time. If you're not careful, you forget yourself completely because it's always about what can you do to impact other people's lives? What can you do to improve other people's lives? So uh, if you sometimes you can really get carried away by doing that, and then in some way sometimes forget yourself. So we have to be careful how you do that, because uh, in the way in the teaching of God, you what is it about loving others? You love others, uh, and love God, love others, love yourself. So in I don't know if that's the exact order, but love yourself is at the bottom, and not because it's at the bottom you forget yourself. Because if you're not strong enough, you won't be able to fulfill other two. See,
Right.
so it work in that order. Even though love yourself is lies, but it is you that the root is actually within your idea and within you. And God built on that root to strengthen you to be able to fulfill the others. So it's a teamwork in a way.
Mhm.
So um, I'm thankful that we able to talk about this today, and I hope we can have another opportunity to elaborate more on some of the need, or if we have people who have some concern or question, and then we can address that sometime in the future.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, thank you so much for being a part of this broadcast today. And listen, folks, if you have some business or you're doing something in the community and you want to share that and you want to get the word out, please contact me and join me on this podcast. Let us talk about your servanthood and what you're trying to do in the community, even if it is your business. It's still servanthood. Your business is serving our community. Your business is also providing for our community, whether it be a job or it be some service to our community. So again, thank you, and reach out to me. Let us get on this podcast and talk about it, how you got started, and let it inspire somebody else. And also, uh, I want to thank you again, Dr. Hunter, for coming and sharing. I believe that you touch on something that about, putting yourself last, but I want to say it's not, that's your servant heart talking of putting yourself last. But I think it says, love thy neighbor as thyself. And so if you love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your mind, and with all your soul, and then love your neighbor as yourself.
Mhm.
So you love others as you would love yourself in that regard. And so thank you for being a part of Olu Brown Motivations, for being a part of launching the podcast that is designed to inspire and to motivate you to reach your goals and your dreams. Folks, I hope you have been inspired and motivated today to reach your goals and your dreams. Again, Dr. Hunter, thank you so much, and may heaven smile upon you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir. Thank you so much.
you. All right. Have a blessed day.
You too.
You heard the voice of Dr. Hunter and the what he had to share in leadership. Let us take notes. Let us pay attention. You can go to YouTube, Launching Out. You'll hear this podcast again and again. You can also, it'll be on Facebook for 30 days. You have an opportunity to go to my page and continue to watch this podcast and others. But listen, we can't do this without your support. So please help us by making a small donation if you can to Cash App $ Olu Brown Motivations. And also you may reach us on by contacting us by way of the website www.olubrownmotivations.com. You can also use our Zelle mode of giving to help us continue this broadcast and to support young people in school. So we are trying to do the work in our community and around the world. I also want to thank again our sponsors, Adelphia Funeral Services. I want to thank Cupo Realty. I also want to thank Trendy Ties for their support. I also want to thank Archangel Transportation for their support. And hey, please go and get you a copy of the book. If you hadn't got purchased one already, go ahead and do so. You can do it through Amazon, or you can contact me directly. Give a copy of this book to a friend, and that will help us by supporting us to support young people around the world. These are our scholars, and we're going to continue to show this time after time. These are our scholars, young people we are sponsoring. These are some of them all the way in Liberia, and I need your support. Would you help me to be a part of the life of these young people? Let God use you to be a part of these young people's lives. And so let us support them in any way we can. Again, you can do that by Zelle, or you can do it by way of Cash App. And you can find these by going to www.olubrownmotivations.com. Listen, I love you. I thank you for listening and sharing. And I believe that God is doing great work in our community and through this podcast. And so let us not sit back in the seat of judgment, but rather be effective by being involved and by becoming a part of what God is doing in this ministry. And so again, thank you so much. May heaven smile upon you. And I want you to think about your dreams and go after it, so much so as if your life depends on it. Guess what? It does. So again, have a wonderful weekend. May heaven smile upon you is my prayer. God bless you, and I'll see you again on next week.